What's up, everybody? Mark from RBI Brakes. It is 1:06 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, technically Sunday morning, May 16th, 2021, but this is applying to the Saturday night break, 5/15, 2021, the 1 a.m. break on eBay. We are breaking a 2021 Topps Series 1 hanger box half case team break. It's a 32 box break, and it is for eBay letter M1. That's M1. That's reference for what break we're breaking here. I just want to welcome anybody new to the group or to our breaks, to RBI. Anybody that's been in the break or the group before, welcome back. Just a real quick version because I know it's a little late and I don't want to give everyone the speech. But RBI Breaks, we're aiming to be the #1 retail breaker in the country. All we do is break retail product. We buy direct through a distributor through Topps. We are not buying this second or third hand. We're not buying it. We're piecing these together through different retail outlets like Walmart or used to be Target. These are coming to us by the case from Topps. So you know what the product is that you're getting. What you're looking at on your screen is the big picture is where I'll be breaking the cards. Behind it is what we call the grandstand, which I'm going to move over a little bit because I don't like it not centered. That's where we'll be putting the hits from the break. It's a 3-tier grandstand. The bottom 2 tiers will be the hits from the break, and the top tier will be the flagship rookies that we have designated to have at this point, to have the most potential on return value in the future. And I'll go over that list in a second. In the upper right-hand corner is the product cam. That is a live cam, not a picture. That is exactly what we're breaking in real time. So you'll see me pull from that. You'll know where we are on the break, etc., etc. And in the upper left-hand corner is the overhead cam, just so everything stays on camera during the entire break. I believe it's necessary for every breaker to do that, just for integrity reasons alone. But that's my opinion. As I stated, the hits will go in the first 2 tiers. The top tier, the 6 designated rookies as of May are Joe Adell, Alec Bohm, Dylan Carlson, Nick Madrigal, Ryan Mountcastle, and Christian Pache. So anytime that we hit one of these cards in base form, it'll be immediately put into a penny sleeve and then into a into a grade ready card saver, so that you're getting yourself the true definition of a pack fresh, case fresh, grade ready card to do whatever it is you want with it, but we're giving you the opportunity to maximize your value by submitting flagship rookies for grading. That is our theory behind it, and if you look at past years or past flagship rookies, again, we're not comparing that 6 to guys like Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis, Ronald Acuna, but same thing, those flagship rookies in graded form are $200-300 cards, and all they were base cards at one point. So you never know what a base flagship card can turn into. Last but not least, the way I'm going to do the break, if you can see, there are 4 rows or 4 sleeves of hangers. There are 8 hanger boxes in each sleeve, for a total of 32 total boxes. I'm going to do 1 sleeve at a time and open up the box, open up the pack inside, stack them up, and we will break it down that way, do the 8 at a time to break this thing up into 4 sections. So you will have a minute while I'm ripping, and let's get started. I wish everybody the best of luck. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, throw them up in the chat. I will do my best to keep up with them. And here we go. What's up, Carter? as I said, 8 hanger boxes are in each sleeve. We're going to break them down, open them up, stack them, and then go through them, pull out all the hits, flagship rookies, put them on the grandstands, proceed through the 4 sleeves total to the end of the break. At the end of the break, I always do a recap of all the hits and a quantity count of the flagship rookies. If you have to jump in and out of the break, the video does get uploaded to our YouTube channel at the end of the night, which will be after this break. Our YouTube channel is RBI Breaks. Please subscribe. And if you're new to retail or hanger boxes, haven't seen any break or haven't broken one yourself, basically it's a box with one large pack inside. The pack breaks down to the first half and the second half are base, and in the center is where the inserts will be and the hits. So just so you know, as we're going through the break, sometimes I pick the pace up through the front and the back, just because all we're looking for is the flagship rookies to put into the card savers. You will see me making a secondary pile of second tier rookies, some second year cards, some different inserts. Those cards will be sleeved and packaged separately after the break. They don't go to the mass sorting table, just so they're handled with a little bit extra care. And I'll show that pile again in the recap at the end. As we get into the first hanger box, again, if you're new to retail, the retail exclusive insert is what they call a 52 redo. They have it in a paper version and in a chrome version. In every hanger box there are 4 paper 52 redo papers, and the chromes come about on an average, about 1 chrome for every 3 to 4 hanger boxes. So obviously they're much more rare. And then to add even more confusion, there are parallels of those. So there are parallels of paper and there are parallels of the chrome, all the way down to a paper 1 of 1 and a superfractor 1 of 1 in the chrome. But I'll make sure we point them out so you know what I'm talking about as we get into the first thing here. We dial in the focus so we're not on autofocus and we go in and out like we're out boozing all night. And here we go. Good luck, everybody. Justice Sheffield jumped off the top of the pile, so everybody knows. Home run challenge card for the New York Yankees, Gleyber Torres. These are the 52 cards that I'm talking about that are retail exclusive only. These are the paper version, and where it says Topps, it just says Topps, and when we get to a Topps Chrome, it'll say Topps Chrome, and you'll obviously see the difference between a dull paper heritage type finish to a chromium chrome finish. So these are 52 papers. There'll be one 35th anniversary edition card, which is the 1986 style, per hanger box, and then one other insert that they kind of rotate between the other 165,000 insert sets that they put in here. But this one is 70 years of Topps anniversary insert set. And it's really fun when we hit the Topps through the years insert set, because 90% of them are pictures of autograph cards. So they look like you hit a Mike Trout auto. They look like you hit a Derek Jeter auto, a Hank Aaron auto, and all it is a card of a picture of a card that has an auto, which I know will hit, and I know I'll show it to you because Luis Robert, second year Cup card. Because to the quick eye, it absolutely looks like a monster hit autograph. Even because they're numbered. But they're only numbered on the picture of the card. All right, let's start backwards. For the Dodgers, that is Jackie Robinson. Short print, Jackie Robinson. We'll check the code, but I believe they only had short prints, not supers, but short print ends in 30. Super short prints end in 31. I got the autofocus on, and it's like, I don't want to work. So I'll change it, and I'll bring it in myself. There it is. Code ends in 30. That is a short print. Bring my focus back in. Short print for the Dodgers, Jackie Robinson. $52 papers. Our 86 is Aaron Judge, and our 70 years of Topps is Matt Chapman. All right, our first card that I can tell you is on our list. One of our 6, Ryan Mountcastle, again, immediately put into a penny sleeve into a gradable card saver. So you're getting the true definition of a pack fresh, case fresh, grade ready card. Again, to do whatever you want with. You don't have to get it graded, but we are giving you the opportunity, and it touched as least as amount of hands as possible to hopefully get yourself a gem grade on it. This is a green foil board for the Giants, numbered to 499, Buster Posey. They make a green 499, an orange 299, and a red 199. That is number 290 of 499. A little bit of color for the Giants. 52 papers, Luis Robert. 86 Scherzer, and a waste of ink. Luis Robert again. Well, it tricked me. Usually Christian Pache is in that Alec collation. And everybody likes to see a gold Mike Trout. Who doesn't like to see a gold Mike Trout? gold Mike Trout, numbered out of 2021. That is number 1365 out of 2021. Nice hit for the Angels. Got a rainbow foil for the Mariners, Marco Gonzalez. 52 papers. Our 86 and our 70 years of Topps inserts. Jimenez for the Mets, Nick Madrigal, again, one of the 6 that we spoke of from the start that gets you in a grade-ready form. Then what we call Cap, and usually Alec Baum comes after him, but he's not there, so I'll keep moving on. There he is. They tucked him one card past him. Alec Baum, rookie for the Phillies. Carter, I don't have a list of your teams. Are the Dodgers and the Angels on it? Kaplan, rainbow foil for the Athletics. Kapalainen, might be an extra syllable in there, not sure. 52 papers, Alec Baum and Dylan Carlson for the Phillies and the Cardinals, our 86 and our 70 years of Topps. Angels, Giants, Orioles, Braves, Blue Jays, Rays, Mariners. All right, you got a lot going on. All right, so you're off to a Trout Trout gold and a Buster Posey green. I like where this is going. Let's see if we can improve. There's a Pache for the Braves. So you got Mountcastle, which we got. You have Pache, okay, and you'll have Joe Adell, who we haven't seen yet, but we will, I promise. Another Mountcastle. Uh, 52 Chrome. This is the Chrome that I was speaking of. If we didn't hit one yet, apologize. I didn't bring it up, but this is the Chrome version of the paper. Obviously, in the upper left-hand corner, it says Topps Chrome. It is a Chrome finish card and a Chrome stock card. Again, much harder to hit than the papers. Casey Mize in paper 86, and Stars and Service is another insert set by Topps. Derek Jeter, that card was. Casey Mize, Sixto Sanchez for the Tigers and the Marlins. There's a Joey Bart rookie for the Giants and a Dylan Carlson for the Cardinals. That's 5 of our 6. The only person we're missing is Joe Adell, which I promise will hit. Joey Gallo, rainbow foil for the Rangers. 52 papers. Lewis Robert. Evan White rookie for the Mariners. 86. And here's what I'm talking about. So if I fly by this, it looks like an autograph. But this is the Topps through the years insert set. Again, the back tells you about this 2020 Topps gold label autograph card. So it is an insert of a picture of a card that has an autograph to make things more confusing. Here's a Evan White rookie for the Mariners. Luis Garcia rookie for the Nationals. Those two always go hand in hand. Last hanger box of the first sleeve. Sixto Sanchez for the Marlins. Joey Bart again for the Giants rookie, and another Dylan Carlson. Rainbow foil Tommy Edman for the St. Louis Cardinals. 52 papers. Joey Bart rookie for the Giants, 86. And again, if I fly by it, it looks like, a Hank Aaron autograph. But it's not. It's a picture of a card that has a Hank Aaron autograph on it. Still a cool card to have, but when you're doing breaks sometimes, I've learned to slow down, especially during that last insert, because if you kind of cook by it, I mean, it's when I first saw the cards, they were, they're exact replicas of it. It's a picture, perfect picture of an autograph card. So it's easily mistaken that there's a autograph. That's sleeve number 1. Let me clean this up, and we'll get into sleeve number 2. Next 8 boxes. I'd like to hit this break. Let's see what I like to hit. I've opened a ton of this product. I broke a lot of it. I've hit a lot of things. One thing I haven't hit yet is an ultra short print. I'd like to hit an ultra short print here. A code 332 on the back. I'd like to hit that, or that's about really what I want to hit. I'd like to hit an ultra short print. I've already hit dual autographs. I've already hit basically all of the super short prints. I'd like to hit an ultra, or maybe a 52 chrome super fractor. Let's aim big. Let's aim high. Carter, I think the Blue Jays have a ultra short print, if I'm not mistaken. Trying to remember the other teams that have the ultra. Yeah, that'd be a nice hit. Be a real nice hit. I'm feeling something. I'm feeling something in this break. Something I haven't hit before. I don't know what. I'm feeling something. This case came off a fresh pallet. I'm on pallet number 2. So maybe pallet number 2 is loaded. Let's find out. Here we go with sleeve number 2, the next 8 hanger boxes of the break. It's a Bobby Dalbec rookie, Danny Duffy, which means Jo Adell. We bumped Bobby Dalbec off of the list, who was on in April because he wasn't doing anything, and then all of a sudden now in May he wants to just keep hitting home runs and RBIs. So now he's trying to work his way back up for June. Jo Adell. How does Grading's rookies do as far as return on investment? I've opened probably 5 to 6 times myself. Got a nice collection of flagship rookies. What's true? Well, now, again, this is, I'm going to give you my opinion, and I'll give you it based on my personal experience with grading. Grading flagship rookies gives you the best return. Well, how about this? It used to give you the best return when PSA was open. Now that PSA is closed and upped their prices to a tremendous amount, there's another Joey Bart rookie and a Dylan Carlson. It's a little bit more challenging because the money that you're putting in, before you could do a bulk submission for anywhere between $8 to $12 a card, and you could take a card just like Jo Adell, like I just pulled, send it in, it cost you $12, you'd get it back in 3 to 4 months, and right away, if it comes back at 10, it's a $60 card. It's just the way the market is. If he's doing well and is on it's got a little heat underneath of him, it's a $100 card. If he becomes one of the next guys, as in Again, I keep saying players like Acuna or Tatis or Soto, but that's the upper end of the spectrum. But when you were opening 2018 or 2019 product, those cards were just base flagship cards also. They were $2, $3, $4 cards. You could buy them all day long. And now in graded form, they're $200, $300 cards. So the potential is there for a nice return on flagship. Fernando Tatis Jr. Home Run Challenge, and we have ourselves a vintage card for the Red Sox. So as of right now, there are some other grading companies that came to the front. It's hard to give advice on them because I have yet grade with them. I've been kind of watching the market to see if they're going to get, what should I say, market acceptance as they would as PSA, because it's not worth paying. It's worth waiting for PSA to reopen or take submissions than submitting to a different grading company, paying roughly the same amount, and then in a gem mint form that sells for 60% of what a PSA card would cost, would sell for. So that right now is this is number 98 of 99 for the Red Sox. This is Andrew Benintendi vintage. You can see in the top right, it has the old school Topps logo, and the card stock is a thicker card stock, kind of like a heritage card. So in summary of that, Carter, it's they're definitely worth holding on to. The return time, 52 papers, at this point for graded cards are long, unless you're paying for a quick service, which then outprices. If you're paying $50 a card, you're taking yourself back out of the green. Evan White rookie for the Mariners, Luis Garcia rookie for the Nationals. But to have cards, and again, you don't know which rookie is going to pop out. In other words, the 6 that we're putting grade ready right now, in a year from now or 2 years from now, they might not be the 6. They might not be one. There might not be one of them. It could be everybody wants Luis Garcia, or Evan White is the one that it turned into be. So it's really hard to say. Before, it was a lot easier when it was $8 a card in bulk, because you would just send in literally 100 cards for $800 and roll the dice to see what happens. Right now, you have to be a little bit more price conscious because you don't want to spend on a player that doesn't develop, if that makes complete sense. I'm sorry, that's not Nick Madrigal. That's Andre Jimenez for the Mets. This is Nick Madrigal for the White Sox. No problem. Again, I am in no means an expert. I have done a lot in this. Again, I keep calling it. To me, it's not a hobby anymore. It's a market. It really is, because it fluctuates absolutely crazy, and the pricing is just up. It's craziness. So I can't call it a hobby when I know it's not a hobby for a lot of people. But I do have quite a bit of experience with graded cards, opening a lot of wax, 52 papers, Casey Mize, 86 Will Clark, and again, through the years, Shohei Ohtani, a relic. I agree with you. That's why I'm saying it's so hard to say what to do, because PSA can't make the same mistake that they made last time, unless they do who's doing it? Is it HGA? One of the grading companies basically has like a lottery. Like you have to get in line to do a submission, and then you're allowed to submit. But there's no way that PSA is going to back themselves up again. Lewis Robert. So that's why right now it's real hard to say what to do. Having your stuff in grade ready form is your best bet so that you're ready to go if that's what happens. Rainbow foil for the Phillies, Roman Quinn. 52 papers, Lewis Robert. 86 Jeter, and a waste of ink on another insert set that is worthless and no one cares about. But then, playing devil's advocate with that same theory, in other words, when they did take bulk submissions for $8 to $12, and the pop reports on, let's just say, I don't know, name a player from 2019 or 18, like second tier period, like Ozzy Albies or something along those lines. I'm sure the pop report, I'm sure, is an astronomical number just because so many people submitted when the prices were cheap a bunch of players. It didn't, at that point, you didn't really have to pick or choose. You could take anything. You could take that Mike Trout gold card and pay $12 and it comes back at 10, it's a $100 card. Like it's instant money. You could literally just throw $12 at something and turn it into a $100 bill. That's what it was doing. So again, if you backtrack that conversation to if they were being massed graded at a lower price point, how many Joe Adele, if there was still $12, there'd be 5,000 Joe Adele flagship rookies sent in. Now, if they're more expensive, which it looks like they're going to be, we got an autograph. Let me put that aside for right now. Then the pop report will lower at the same time, so maybe there'll only be 1,000 Joe Adeles, which then means you are paying more. Mike Trout, I got a lot going on here. 52 Mike Trout. We got an 86 Alec Bohm that I got to get into a card saver because, again, these 86s are much harder to hit than you would think. Again, they come one per hanger box. There are 64 hanger box per case. This is a 100 card set, so it takes roughly a case and a half of hangers to hit this one card. So I think that in rookie form, again, if players develop, this will be a sought after card because it is not an easy card to hit. Derek Jeter, stars in service, insert. But just winding up that conversation, so then, if there's only 1,000 Joe Adeles sent in, or even less, because it's $40 to grade the card, you would think that would up the resale value because of the supply and demand aspect of it. Now, again, this is if a player develops and is sought after and looked for in the market. If the player never develops, it's a moot point. No one cares. It's literally nobody buys cards that nobody wants. We got an autograph. Here we go. That is a Philadelphia Philly. I know that. And that is John Kruk. I know that also. For the Philadelphia Phillies, John Kruk autograph. If they don't pay for it, well, sometimes on the later breaks, if they don't get paid for, and they've been in my breaks before. They'll usually pay in the next day, which isn't a big deal because it's sometimes they end late and they put their bids in way early. They're not like snipe bidding. Um, Traditionally, I don't have many teams that don't get paid for in time. To be honest with you, if there is one that ever pops up, I'll usually just throw it on the Facebook page. Um, if anybody wants it for whatever it went for, and it usually gets insta sold. But I haven't ran into that, believe it or not. One of our other breakers posts maybe a few times if a team doesn't sell, but if a team doesn't sell, like every once in a while, one of the smaller market teams like the Diamondbacks or the um, Rockies don't sell. It's not that they're not paying; they just don't sell. I just eat it. What I really do is I break it and then I'll just throw the whoever bought the Rockies the next break the cards. John Kruk auto, 7 years of baseball for the Philadelphia Phillies. Yeah, we've kind of assembled a pretty good group. I mean, we're almost closing in on 1,000 members on our Facebook page, or group, I should say. So we're getting I would say 90% of our bids and winning bids are existing members of the group. So everybody in the group's good. Everybody is looking for the same thing: good value, a good product. We do a really good job at sorting, condition-wise, shipping, etc. So everyone's happy across the board. We're happy, they're happy, and everyone's happy. Jimenez for the Mets, Madrigal for the White Sox. Well, we're glad to have you. We actually started RBI only 3 months ago, about 3 months ago. There's Kaplan and Alec Baum for the Phillies. Now we've been part of distribution of tops in retail end since the 2018 update. That's was our first, which is the greatest product probably out there. I wish I still had what I had before. I know the hobby, again, I call it a hobby. It's not really a hobby. Will never be the same. But we've always bought retail, and basically ripped and graded, and it worked out really well. And we've noticed, here we go, a nice Nick Madrigal rainbow foil for the Chicago White Sox. We've noticed there was huge value in retail as breaking it, and since the grading prices went through the roof, we kind of had to pivot a little bit. So we decided to return some of that value by breaking it because hobby prices are just ridiculous. So 52 papers, 86 Acuna, and Ryan Sandberg, 7 years of Topps. So trying to return some of that value back to the, again, hobby in quotation marks. Christian Pache for the Braves. Have you found a lot of retail during this entire time? Did you find a lot of those um, that retail at one time? Can you get it all the time? I'm curious to see. Or around here, it's just it's nowhere to be found. Like you can't find any retail, retail of anything. I am well, we are. RBI is located right outside of Philadelphia, about an hour north of Philadelphia. 52 Chrome Max Scherzer for the Nationals, and a gold Jose Urena, numbered out of 2021 for the Miami Marlins. That is number 206 of 2021. Yeah, retails. And now that Target announced for the Rays, Kevin Niemeyer Rainbow Foil. Now that Target obviously announced that they're not selling retail in store anymore. 52 Papers, Jo Adell rookie for the Angels, 86 and 7 years at Topps. I think it's even going to make it harder to find product. Now I know Topps, just because we order through a distributor directly through Topps, has, whether you believe it or not, they legitimately have production problems. I shouldn't say problems. They should have limitations. So a lot of product that we ordered has been cut, and a lot of SKUs have been cut completely. Certain fat packs for a lot of their releases in 2021 are not going to be made at all. Even hangers in some releases won't be made. Bobby Dalbec rookie for the Red Sox, and a Jo Adell, which will even make product even more scarce. So it's just so hard to say what's going to happen. Whether it's going to turn into a crazy, everybody wants graded, everybody wants raw, everybody wants grade ready stuff, everybody wants wax. It's all I know is it's supplies have went from $60 a case for top loaders to $350. So they keep cranking up the tightening the vice on every aspect of it. Casey Mize, rookie for Detroit. We have an orange foil board coming up, numbered out of 299. Let's see if we can turn this into somebody big. That is James, got me again with the last name, Kappalainen, we'll call him Cap. All I know is he's the guy that comes before Alec Bohm in the collation. Orange for the Athletics, numbered to 299. That is 79 of 299. Nice hit, rookie for the Athletics. 52 Papers are 86, and our insert is a die cut Pedro Martinez. Another Evan White rookie for the Nationals. Luis Garcia rookie for the, Evan White for the Mariners. Luis Garcia for the Nationals. Again, it's so hard to say what the market's going to do because a player like Jo Adell obviously isn't called up right now. So a player like Evan White has been playing every game since the beginning of the season. Does the market shift to a player that is doing something? Does the market stay at Jo Adell being one of the top prospects in the game right now? Christian Pache. These are all like questions that there's no real answer to. It's like the stock market. Nobody knows. If you knew, you would be rich. you would have all the answers and you would know what to do beforehand. Another Mount Castle. Gold for the Nationals. Michael Taylor, numbered to 2021. That is number 1059 of 2021. Rainbow foil Luke Weaver for the Diamondbacks. 52 papers, 86 Kyle Lewis for the Mariners, and 70 years of Topps Tony Gwynn. All right, that does it for the next second sleeve, I should say, which puts us exactly halfway through the break. Moving on to sleeve number 3, the next 8 hanger boxes. Here we go. Next 8 hanger boxes. Carl, did you hit anything big or nice hits out of what you've opened so far in hangers? Yeah, parallels in flagship, parallels are where you want to be. I mean, again, when players make that jump to the next superstars, again, like I keep saying, the 3, but they're because they're in modern era of what we're speaking to now. When players like Tatis, Soto, and Acuna jump to that superstar level at such a young age, their flagships are worth quite a bit, and of course their parallels are just worth astronomical amounts. So until a player develops, you're definitely looking for parallels at this point for the biggest return until either the player develops or doesn't develop to see what you can get on return on their base flagship. And there's always people that pop out, just, in other words, like last year, the Series 1, when it came out, the chase was Alvarez, Bichette, Lux. They were basically the main three. And then two guys like Kyle Lewis and Arozarena pop out later in the year that probably no one even paid, didn't even pull out of the pack when they were opening them. So it's so hard to say. All right, here we go with sleeve number 3, the next 8 hanger boxes of the break. Good luck. If anybody's wondering why I always flip the last card, because sometimes the last card is an advanced stats card, so I'm looking for a number up here out of 300, because the advanced stats cards from the front look identical to the base card. There's absolutely no different on the front, so that's why I flipped the last card. 86 and through the years, inserts. One sec while I grab a drink here. I'll do it. Sixto Sanchez. $52 papers, 86 and 70 years of tops. Evan White rookie, Luis Garcia rookie. I actually like Evan White. He's one of my, he's not a sleeper at this point because, everyone knows about him. But I think he can develop on that young Mariners squad to potentially be a valuable player / marketable card. Bobby Dalbec rookie, and Danny Duffy means Joe Adell. Rainbow foil for the Twins, Manea. 52 papers. Hank Aaron, 86, Stars in Service, Anthony Rizzo. Casey Mize, Sixto Sanchez rookies. Joey Bart rookie for the Giants, and a Dylan Carlson for the Cardinals. So at the beginning of the year, or I should say on release, our six of five have never changed. Jeez, oh man, it's getting late. I can't even see. We had as our sixth, we started with Joey Bart. Basically, Nick Madrigal is the newest guy. He replaced Bobby Dalbec, and Bobby Dalbec replaced Joey Bart. So the other five have consistently been up here. And in that sixth spot, we've changed. We started with Bart, and then went to Dalbec, and now we're at Madrigal. Like I said, of course, now Dalbec is doing much better, so we'll have to see what happens in June. 52 Chrome, Francisco Lindor. 52 Papers, Jo Adell rookie. Here's a nice 86 Jo Adell rookie. Again, speech. 100 card set this year, which is much bigger. 1 card per hanger box. 64 hanger boxes per case. That means you need a case and a half to hit this 1 card. Nice 86 Adell. 70 years of Topps. Evan White again. I feel like there's a ton of Evan White. I feel like I say his name the most. Yeah, the 86, they did a really good, like I said, they did a real nice job at the card. And I like that they made it a really big checklist because for once, it makes an insert card a little bit more valuable. You know, like when you see these 52 papers, there's 4 of them in every pack, and there's only a 50 card set. So, you know, some of the bigger stars will sell for a couple bucks, but nothing crazy. But that 86 set, I like that they expanded that checklist so large because then it makes it harder to hit the rookies, and there's not many in there. So I think, again, if players develop, if Jo Adell doesn't do anything or Alec Bohm does nothing, it doesn't matter about the card. But if they develop like they're supposed to, that's 704 out of 2021. That's Liam Hendriks for the Athletics Gold. That makes that card even more sought after. Clayton Kershaw, Rainbow Foil for the Dodgers. 52 Papers, Casey Mize, 86 and 7 years of Topps. Also, what I liked about the 86 is, I mean, if you go back to the original 86, it was like a thicker, I'm going to use the word fuzzy, like it wasn't a real clean picture, like it was pixelated and kind of had fuzziness to it. And the corners were always fuzzy, and the black edges were never black. They were beat up. The card stock that they use for this 86, it's a very clean and sharp corners on the black, so it looks really nice. So again, in graded form, if Jo Adell becomes, you know, one of the young stars over the next few years, that'll be a card that will be sought after because it's not easy to hit. We have, what do we have here? We have a 86 parallel coming up here for the Braves. Who's got the Braves? I think I know who has the Braves. This is an 86, 70 years of Topps anniversary platinum parallel, numbered to 70, Hank Aaron. Yeah, I know. I was just... So as you can see, the 70 years of Topps logo is wrapped around the border of this card. And it is numbered out of 70. That is number 2. 2 of 70. It's a really nice card. Nice parallel for the Braves. Nice card. Rainbow foil Gurriel for the Blue Jays. 52 papers. Mike Trout. 86 DeGrom, and a die cut Ernie Banks. Nice 52 chrome Bo Bichette for the Blue Jays. 52 papers, Evan White rookie for the Mariners. Gwynn 86 and a die cut Ozzie Smith for the Cardinals. Bobby Dalbec again, Danny Duffy, which means Joe Adell. Casey Mize. Joey Bart, rookie for the Giants. And we got a little bit going on here. Dylan Carlson, base, and a nice 52 chrome Evan White rookie coming up for Seattle. '52 chrome Evan White. Like I said, these are obviously much harder to hit. You're hitting one of every 4 packs. It's a 50 card set. So you need roughly 200 hangers to hit this card, which is 3 cases. So when you put things in forms like that, you realize how much more rare a card like that is. Colin Moran, rainbow foil for the Pirates. 52 papers, Evan White. 86 Gallo, Roberto Clemente, stars in service. All right, that does it for sleeve number 3. Let me clean this little pile up. It's a big pile, but I'll make it a little pile. And then we will get into the final sleeve of the break, the last 8 hanger boxes. As I knock over my top loaders. Last sleeve, 8 hanger boxes of this break. All right, here we go with the last sleeve of the break, which is the 8 hanger boxes to complete. Good luck. Lewis Robert. As always, at the end, I'll be doing a recap of the hits and a quantity count of the grade ready flagship rookies. For the Marlins, rookie Nick Neibert. Gold, numbered out of 2021. .583 out of 2021. Rainbow foil for the Mets, Wilson Ramos. 52 paper, Joe Adell. 86 Andre Jimenez rookie, and a 7 years of Topps, Bo Bichette. Gavin Lux rainbow foil for the Dodgers. Alec Bohm 52 paper along with Dylan Carlson. 86 Johnny Bench and a die cut Derek Jeter for the Yankees. There's a Nick Madrigal for the White Sox, which I imagine will be an Alec Bohm coming up. Cap and Alec Bohm. No, Michael, that is not our shop. There is a shop in Quakertown, but that is not our shop. Actually grew up, my uncle in the 80s, 1984 to roughly about 10 years he was there, had a baseball card store in Quakertown. That is where I grew up in the business, working at the card store and doing card shows, at all the local malls, etc., etc. But the current shop in Quakertown, Randy's, is not us. 52 Chrome Vladdy Guerrero Jr. And a Yelich that is an advanced stats. All right, they put it inside this time. So I knew that's not a photo variation. For the Brewers, Christian Yelich, advanced statistics. Oh, okay, you're outside of Reading? All right. That's number 98 of 300 for the Brewers. That's when Phil and Dan, they're the other part of RBI. Dan breaks, Phil breaks. They are right outside of Pottstown, so they're even closer to you. They're right in Pottstown, Limerick area. 52 Papers, 86 Rizzo, 70 years of Topps Kershaw. Bobby Dalbec, Danny Duffy, and there is Joe Adell. Yep, they're breaking tomorrow. We break basically. I'm RBI breaks north. They're RBI breaks south, but we operate underneath the same Facebook page. He just, in other words, I sell my breaks through my eBay account. He sells his breaks through his eBay account, but we're both breaking through RBI. So the schedule is put up on the Facebook page. I believe it's linked to it's pinned to the top for the Bowman right now. So you'll see. he's breaking a Bowman tomorrow. If you click on the link, you can save him as a seller also. And we both do a ton of breaks every week. Looks like we have a red foil board coming up. Let's turn this into a star or a rookie. Which one? Let's slow roll it into a star or a rookie. It's sideways. That's not a good sign. But it is a Joey Wendell for the Tampa Bay Rays. A red foil board. Numbered out of 199. Joey Wendell. That is number 53 of 199 for the Rays. $52 papers. 86 Nolan Ryan, and a Willie McCovey die cut for the Giants. Mike, I take it you'll be going to the the show at I guess it's in June now at right there. What's that convention center in not King of Prussia? Is it King of Prussia? Bobby Dalbec, rookie, Danny Duffy, and Joe Adell. They call it the Philadelphia show or national, whatever it is. Oaks. Hey, there you go. I guess you'll be heading to that. Although I thought they moved it from that Oaks Center to the casino at Plymouth Meeting there. Casey Mize, Sixto Sanchez rookies. Joey Bart, Dylan Carlson. Yeah, Valley Forge. That's what it was. Why do I keep thinking it? I keep calling it Plymouth Meeting or King of Prussia. Valley Forge Casino. Yep. Yeah, that that it's going to be absolutely mobbed. I can guarantee it. Like I think it's going to be utterly ridiculously mobbed. Liam Hendriks, rainbow foil for the Athletics. 52 papers, Joey Bart. 86, and another wasted insert set by Topps. Evan White, rookie for the Mariners. And just a random backwards Gleyber Torres. Check the number. It's still a 13. It's not numbered. Nothing. Luis Garcia. Yeah, that's true. I think you could buy tickets in advance too. Although I think somebody told me they're sold out, which I don't know how that's possible. But I'm anxious to see the craziness of a show, which I haven't seen in a while. I don't think anybody has seen in a while. With how crazy the market / hobby is doing right now. $52 papers, 86 Ohtani, and 70 years of Topps Wade Bogg. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. What I'm curious to see is if it's the majority of people there are either, let's just say, new to the hobby and buying entry level type stuff, or if you're going to see some big spenders spending higher money on the higher end cards. I mean, I know there'll be a mix of everything, but I'm really curious to see what where people are putting, who's buying what. That's I'm gonna people watch more than anything. Lewis Robert, to kind of see firsthand what the market is doing, what they're looking to buy. Are they looking to buy graded expensive stuff? Are they looking to buy raw stuff since grading is so expensive? Are they going through the dollar boxes, or are they going through the showcases and buying the $500 cards? That's kind of really what I'd like to see what's going on firsthand. Pache for the Braves. Plus, I'd like to see if I can get any deals on some wax. Sometimes they have some older wax. Mountcastle. I like. When I say older wax, I mean like I'm looking for like 18 update. That's older wax to me. Ryan Mountcastle. Home Run Challenge, Francisco Lindor. You're exactly right. It isn't going to be an industry reset. It's 52 papers, 86 Casey Mize for Detroit. Again, Topps through the years insert. It looks like a Cal Ripken autograph. Fly through it, and it looks like a Cal Ripken autograph. It's a card of a Cal Ripken autograph for the Orioles. All right, and last hanger box of the break. Good luck. Jimenez for the Mets. Nick Madrigal for the White Sox. And hopefully we'll sneak out one more Alec Bohm underneath that Kapalinin. Cap, and we did it. Again, we'll do a recap at the end. 52 Chrome, Alex Bregman. And a nice way to finish off the break for the Philadelphia Phillies. That is an Alec Bohm Rainbow Foil Parallel Rookie. Which, for the record, I knew was going to hit because every card around this card hit for foils. Nice hit for Philadelphia. Way to wait till the bottom of the ninth to pull that one out. 52 Papers, 86 Tatis, 7 years of Topps, Clemente. And that does it for the break. Clean up this pile, get it in the box, ready to go to sorting. We will do a recap. Again, if anybody missed anything or wants to just watch it again or whatever, it doesn't matter. This will be uploaded. All of our videos get uploaded to our YouTube channel. YouTube channel is RBI Breaks. Please subscribe. Recap time. As I said from the start, I'm making a secondary pile of cards that don't go directly to the sorting table. They get mass sorted first. These are the secondary rookies, some home run challenge cards, 52 chromes, some 52 paper rookies. Things that I've been calling out during the entire break. That is the pile there. They get sorted into the sort after the main sort. They get sleeved, team bag, put together separately so that they're handled with a little bit extra care because those are the secondary guys. Where are we going to start? Let's start with some foils. We had 3, one of each color. Go backwards. Green are numbered out of $4.99. That's a Buster Posey for the Giants. Orange numbered out of $2.99. Rookie James Kapanen for the Athletics. And red numbered to $1.99. Joey Wendell for the Tampa Bay Rays. We had 152 chrome, like I said, a lot harder to hit than you would think. Rookie, Evan White, nice hit for the Mariners. Golds, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For the Marlins, Nick Neidert, rookie, numbered out. These are all numbered out of 2021. Liam Hendricks, Michael Taylor for the Nationals, Jose Urena for the Marlins, and a really nice gold Mike Trout for the Angels. Let me put these guys up with their guys, and we'll do all the players together. Stay. Numbered cards, we had 2. We had 1 Christian Yelich Advanced Statistics card, numbered to 300. And we had 1 vintage stock card of Andrew Benintendi for the Red Sox, numbered out of 99. We had 1 numbered insert. It's a really cool looking card. The 70-year anniversary edition of the 86 Hank Aaron for the Braves, numbered out of 70. It's tough to see, but that says 70. We had 1 short print, 30 code, Jackie Robinson. And we had 1 autograph for the Phillies, John Kruk. Now the Phillies announcer. 70 years of baseball autograph. Count for our flagships. Mountcastle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 grade ready Ryan Mountcastle rookies for the Orioles. Nick Madrigal, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 base grade ready and nice rainbow foil parallel for the White Sox. The Phillies, 1, 2, 3. Only 4 Alec Bohm base, but don't worry, because you got yourself a nice 86 Alec Bohm insert and a really nice rainbow foil parallel flagship rookie for the Phillies. Pache, 1, 2, 3, 4. Christian Pache, rookies for the Atlanta Braves. Dylan Carlson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Dylan Carlson, flagship grade ready rookies for the St. Louis Cardinals. And Joe Adell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Grade ready flagship rookies for the Angels, along with his 86 rookie 35th anniversary. All right, that does it for the break. I appreciate everybody hanging out. I appreciate the chat, the chit chat. Love it. Hope to see everybody again in an upcoming break. Thanks for being part of RBI, and hope to see you guys soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.